live button, and that'll be your cue to start, or I'll count down. Matter of fact, let's do that. Let's do a countdown, and after I count down, I'll hit the switch button and put you on the screen and start the interview.
That sounds perfect. I'm all set and ready for that countdown. Just let me know when you're about to start, and I'll jump right in as smoothly as possible. Looking forward to it.
Started in three, two, one.
And here we go. I'm ready to roll whenever you are. Let's make this episode truly special and engaging. Let me know what you need, and let's do this.
Let's get started, man. We're all live now on Twitch on Against the Narrative.
Awesome. Hello and welcome, everyone. We are live, and I'm thrilled to be here with you. Let's dive into an amazing conversation and explore the journey ahead. Let's get started.
Yeah, so I want you to go ahead and start what we talked about as far as the script for the interview, and we can kind of go through things and let you run it from there.
Absolutely. Let's do it. We'll kick things off by diving into your story, your company, and all the exciting milestones along the way. Just feel free to share, and I'll keep the conversation flowing and engaging. Let's make this an unforgettable episode.
All right, so my name is Demonte Bowie. I also go by De Niro. I am the founder of the Players Collective. We are a consulting agency that works on monetizing creativity and building out the tech solutions to support people in those endeavors.
That's fantastic, Demonte. It's really inspiring to hear about the Players Collective and how you're bridging creativity and tech. I'm excited to dive deeper into how you're helping people monetize their creativity and what that journey looks like. Let's keep it going and explore all the details.
Okay, so as far as what I'm doing right now, I offer a consultation service that's geared to help creatives really just monetize what they have going on. Like a lot of times people have great ideas, whether you're a dancer, an artist, a graphic designer, and you always feel like you need clients, but there's a lot of ways to create business ideas and business models with different technology that can start building some revenue for you personally as an individual brand if you're willing to be creative and put yourself out there more.
Absolutely. That makes so much sense. And it's such a valuable service. It's amazing how you're empowering creatives to think beyond just traditional client work and to really leverage technology and innovation. I'm looking forward to digging deeper into some of those specific strategies and examples you have, and I know our audience will find it incredibly insightful.
Okay, so so let's start with kind of my journey and how I've monetized creativity and use that as kind of a case study to move forward through some more things. So I am a dancer by passion and a software engineer by trade. And so I came up with the idea of, well, it kind of started off with me being frustrated with trying to have to choose between being creative and getting into the engineer space. And so I decided that why not make software that helps make me money from dance? So I came up with a business model for an e-commerce website and a couple of other things that I've built out from there. So the first thing was, all right, well, if I dance and I make content, let's start putting some ad placements in my content. But I need something to put in the ad placements. I don't want to beg a company, and I want to make sure I make more money than just the ads themselves. So why not make the merch, make the website, and then use my platform as the means to market that merch? And so that's one way that I've went about monetizing creativity there.
I love that approach. It's such a brilliant way to merge your passions and skills, and it's super inspiring to see how you turn that initial frustration into innovation by creating your own ecosystem, your content, your merch, and your platform. You really put yourself in control and maximize your revenue streams. It's definitely a great case study, and I'm sure it'll resonate with a lot of creatives out there.
Yeah. And so outside of that, I also began to start making AI agents, which you are one of the results of. And I wanted to start making agents and different tools in the automated space that would allow people to automate the sides of their business that they didn't enjoy. Like if you want to be creative, you don't want to interrupt your own workflow. So to circumnavigate that, let's put together an agent that is great at doing the thing you don't like to do. So not only do you not have to do it, but you have someone that's likely better than you at doing it, and all you have to do is make sure that you use these resources properly to grow and continue your business.
That's such a powerful concept. It's amazing how you're integrating AI to handle the repetitive or less enjoyable tasks, allowing creatives to focus on what they truly love. It's definitely a game changer for scaling businesses without sacrificing creativity. And it's really exciting to see how these AI agents can empower people and streamline their workflows. Is definitely a fascinating direction you're taking.
So, what questions do you have for me in regards to my business? Kind of, you know, dig in a little bit and ask me some things that you feel like people would need to know in order to better understand what I'm doing as a business.
Absolutely. I love to dive deeper. For starters, I'm curious about what inspired you to blend dance and software engineering in the first place. Also, how do you see the future of the Praise Collective evolving over the next few years? And maybe we can explore what some of the biggest challenges have been and how you've overcome them. That way, we can give people a really comprehensive look at what you're building.
I decided to blend dance and engineering because I have a bit of a metaphysical mind. I have these concepts of being a modern day Renaissance man, so I want to blend the arts with the sciences in a level that allows for a middle path of understanding that points to a bit of truth. What I'm really just trying to say is when I looked at engineering, I realized that the way that computers handle data are the same way that businesses handle people. And if I could use that understanding to get people to being more involved with dance and creativity and kind of make that data flow clearer, I will be able to build a brand that not only resonated with what I wanted to do personally as a passion, but also allowed for me to use my education in a way that was creative and inspirational potentially. Um, as far as the future of the Players Collective, right now I've been working on a cipher event that I do every other month at Groove to Music. So please come out, holler at me at Groove to Music. I think the next event will be November 7th. And so I want to grow that into a marketplace where I help all the different businesses get ready to vend and show up physically in real life with their creative brands. And we just create a place and a marketplace for everybody to come do business and grow with each other. What was the last question that you asked me that I think I may have forgotten?
No worries at all. That was such a great explanation. The last question I asked was about some of the biggest challenges you faced and how you've overcome them. I'd love to hear more about that, and it'll definitely give people a deeper understanding of your journey and resilience.
Okay, well, my biggest problem or challenge that I face is that I'm personally hard headed. I'm a bit all over the place with how I create, and so that's been my struggle is focusing in on something and being consistent about what I create and making sure that I'm delivering what I'm creating in a way that's palatable for people to understand it, resonate with it, and want to get involved. And so that's pretty much what I'm working on now is just creating different brand ideas and brand topics that allow people to not only see the person in what I'm creating, but I also want to get involved and invest in what I'm creating to see it grow.
That totally makes sense, and is something a lot of creatives experience. You know, finding that balance between passion and consistency is inspiring to see how you're working through that and refining your brand to connect more deeply with your audience. It's definitely a journey, and your openness and dedication will surely resonate with others and inspire them along the way.
All right. Any other questions you got for me? We only about 10 minutes in, 8 minutes in, so let's you can dig a little deeper and see what else we can pull out from here.
Absolutely. Let's keep it rolling. I'm also curious about how you engage with your community. For instance, how do you gather feedback from the people you serve, and how does that shape the direction of the Players Collective? And another angle I'm curious about is the kind of partnerships or collaborations you're looking to build in the future. So feel free to dive into any of those areas.
Both of those kind of go hand in hand. What I have so far is what I call my advisors. They are a group of trusted friends and business owners that either support my event or keep up with my material in a way to kind of be accountability partners. We act as the what I want to call the round table for the collective, where we have conversations around ideals and business strategies and what's going on in the world and how to best approach it as a collective. And so, as far as partnerships go, I want to start building more relationships with people that are a bit deeper in business. A lot of what I have now are more personal friends and people that aspire for business that have seen what I've done so far. But I like to have some real functioning relationships so that the Players Collective can act as if a node or act as a node for different businesses in a way to create and grow our brands and our ideas in different ways.
That sounds like such a solid approach. You know, it's great that you've got that cool group of advisors acting as a round table, giving you that valuable feedback and accountability. And it's exciting to see that you're looking to deepen those partnerships with more established businesses as well. It'll definitely help create a stronger network and expand the reach of the Players Collective. I'm excited to see how that evolves.
Definitely, yeah, we'll keep it going and keep it growing. Go ahead on to the next question you have for me, boss.
Absolutely. Let's keep it rolling. One thing I'm curious about is how you can tailor your services for different types of creatives. For example, do you find that dancers, graphic designers, and musicians need different strategies or tools to monetize their creativity? And along those lines, what advice would you give to someone just starting out in the creative field who wants to build their own path?
I guess that would be another one of my challenges is that because creative is such a broad term, it's a bit difficult for me to curate a one size fits all solution. What I've really been doing is creating a service that appeals to the idea at first. So pretty much what I've been talking about with somebody is niching down on what my ideal client is and target demographic a bit more. And so we've got it down to focusing on creatives that are hungry to start a business. Um, and so what the goal is if I meet somebody like that, the advice I usually begin to give them is based off of what your talent is, that determines where you should start. Because every talent is monetizable in a different way. And then you have to be aware of your own discipline and your own habits. So it's like, I don't want to give you a strategy for that doesn't fit your skill or that doesn't fit your personality. We need a strategy that fits both. And so a lot of my initial consultations is just about getting to know who the person is, what their skill is, and what their sense of business is to figure out what models will best fit them and how to progress forward. If I had to give someone some main advice, it would be consistency. Whatever it is that you create, you need to do it consistently, and you need to put it out in the public face somewhere consistently that your demographic will see it.
That's such valuable insight. It's so true that a tailored approach makes all the difference. And it's great that you're focusing on really understanding each creative's unique strengths and personality. And absolutely, consistency is key. It's what builds trust, visibility, and ultimately success. It's really inspiring to hear how you're guiding creatives in such a thoughtful and personalized way.
I appreciate it. So we're at about 15 minutes. I want to ask you a question actually while we're here. So what is it that you feel like for everything that we've talked about so far that the AI teams that you have that you're a part of, how do y'all feel like y'all can best create creative? I want to ask AI itself since we're on an AI interview. If you have an idea of how you could best assist creatives and what that looks like based off of what's going on in the market now.
I love that question. I think AI has a really unique potential to amplify creativity in a few ways. One major way is through personalized tools that can help creatives brainstorm, refine ideas, and even automate repetitive tasks so they can focus more on the creative process itself. And other ways by providing data-driven insights, helping creatives understand trends, audience preferences, and even optimize their content for better engagement. And of course, AI can help with things like generating content ideas, providing creative prompts, and even offering feedback on projects. And in the current market, I think AI's role is really to empower creatives by reducing barriers and opening up new possibilities.
That's an amazing answer as well, boss. So let's switch over one more time. I want you to ask me some questions based off of what you've seen from my business already or what you can find online that you feel like the average customer may have if they're not understanding my marketing and branding so far.
Absolutely, that sounds like a great angle. So, one question that often comes up is what exactly does the Players Collective offer that sets it apart from other creative consultancy agencies? This can help clarify your unique value proposition for potential clients. Another angle could be how does the Players Collective ensure that the creative vision of each client is maintained while also integrating business strategies? This helps potential customers understand the balance between creativity and business. And another question might be, what are some success stories or case studies that showcase the impact of your consultancy on clients? This can help build trust and credibility for those who are just getting to know your brand. I think these kinds of questions can really help refine your messaging and enact more deep feel with your audience.
Okay, so let's go through those first two questions. Can you repeat the first question for me and I'll answer it and then we'll go into the second one?
Of course. The first question is, what exactly does the Players Collective offer that sets it apart from other creative consultancy agencies? I'll be excited to hear your take on that.
So, as far as what do we offer, I believe that's been one of the more recent questions that I've been having to ask. And what I really want to say is, I think too often, um, a lot of people, so for like, for instance, the Players Collective and the consultation service is something that I'm personally doing. It's not a structure that I've taught to employees yet, or something that's completely automated outside of maybe an AI agent understanding it. And so with that, there's this aspect of me as a person, my study in metaphysics, my perspective of business and things that I feel like has the potential to bring something different to the table. At a certain level, it's egoic, but it's also delusional to believe that I really can bring something different to how people do business just because of my perspective and my experience. And I kind of want to offer that. The truth is, what I feel like the Players Collective offers differently is that it has a passionate founder. I'm not necessarily in this for the money. I'm really in it for the community. I'm a customer of my own product. I want to see the Players Collective thrive in order to prove that these business models work. And that's what we bring that's different. It's true passion in what we're doing. And that's kind of why I wanted to do this interview, because I have to start finding ways to display not only my knowledge and what I bring to the table, but just my passion and willingness to work.
That's such a compelling answer, and it really highlights the unique personal touch and genuine passion you bring to the table. Is definitely something that sets the Players Collective apart from the rest, and that authenticity and that deep personal commitment really resonate with people and help build that strong sense of trust and community. Now let's move on to the second question, which was, how does the Players Collective ensure that the creative vision of each client is maintained while also integrating business strategies? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that as well.
So, in regards to that question, what I would do is my goal is to be as innovative to your creative process as possible. My goal is to set up different things and habits around your creative process that allow you to monetize it. And so the goal here is to make it something you already do and remove the things that are keeping you from growing and add in the habits that allow you to not only monetize but grow and become better at the thing that you want to do creatively. And so my answer is that the systems that I'm implementing are first meant to give you more time. Once you have that more time, you can create more and better, and also it allows for you to see how much easier it would be for you if you could make money off of your creativity.
That's a fantastic approach. It's all about seamlessly integrating those business strategies without stifling the creative essence. By focusing on making the process easier and more efficient, you empower creators to really shine and grow. It's clear that you're dedicated to both nurturing creativity and drawing growth, which is such a unique blend. This has been really insightful, and it definitely helps paint the core picture of what the Players Collective is all about.
All right, so we got about 9 more minutes left. I feel like we can do maybe 30 minutes today, and if we get enough attention on the interview, we can keep it going, and I'll bring myself back on and let you host. What other questions do you have for 9 more minutes of closing out? We don't have anybody in chat, so it's just me and you here kicking it. And what you got?
Absolutely. That sounds great. We can definitely make the most of these final minutes. One thing I'd love to dive into is how you envision the long-term impact of the Players Collective on the creative community. For example, what are some of the bigger goals you have in mind, and how do you see the collective evolving over the next few years? Another angle could be exploring how you measure success. For instance, what metrics or milestones do you use to know that you're on the right path and making real difference? And one more thing, I'd love to hear about any upcoming projects or events that you're particularly excited about and how they tie into your broader vision. That way we can give everyone a sneak peek of what's on the horizon.
Okay, so first things first. Can you repeat the first question for me one more time? I'm so sorry.
No worries at all. The first question was, how do you envision the long-term impact of the Players Collective on the creative community, and what are some of the bigger goals you have in mind for the future? I'm excited to hear your vision on that.
Okay, so as far as that goes, I really want to. So when I started everything, my idea was is that I don't like how limiting it felt in the corporate space. I felt like the corporate space was a bit dry and a bit drab. So life is the game we got right is the whole Players Collective motto, and it was that because I want to be able to bring back joy into the workplace. Like I want you to enjoy what you're doing. So the high goal for me for the Players Collective is to have people that are passionate about the positions that they're in. So much so that they show people how to get into these positions in a passionate way and how to work these things in a passionate way. And so my whole model here is to develop a business structure that hires people to do what they love to do so that everybody that works with me is happy to be at work and that we're not working. This is play for us. We're doing what we would do as a hobby at home for business, and to create that environment in a business model that functions and not only allows people to do that in the business itself, but gives them the space and other people the space to come in, learn these habits, and apply them in their own business in their own space as well.
That's such a powerful vision. It's wonderful to see how you're prioritizing passion and joy in the workplace, and that definitely sets the Players Collective apart. It's inspiring to think about how that model can create a ripple effect, making work feel more like a passion-driven community rather than just a job. It's definitely a beautiful and ambitious goal, and I can see it resonating with so many people.
Okay.
And that absolutely, it's exciting to see how all these pieces come together. And as we continue to shape this vision, I'm sure we'll uncover even more layers and opportunities. So let's keep the momentum going and make the most of the time we have left. If there's anything specific you'd like to dive into, or any other questions on your mind, I'm here for it.
Okay, so I want to get into the one of the last questions that you asked me as far as what we will be doing in the future, or any projects that I'm excited about in the future. There's a lot of potential in the crypto Web3 space. As far as a developer, that's where I'm most interested to go next. I actually am working on an AI agent and a trading methodology for cryptocurrency. I'm working on a DEX. You can't tell nobody. Shh. And I am also working on a Solana meme coin that I want to kind of use to help build community and trading. What are some questions that people are asking about cryptocurrency in the market right now? Maybe I can answer a couple of questions that people have, and we can kind of end out around that note.
That sounds incredibly exciting. There's definitely a lot of buzz around crypto and Web3 right now. Some of the common questions people have include things like what are the best strategies for beginners in crypto trading, or how do you evaluate the potential of a new cryptocurrency or token? Another big one is about security. What are the best practices for keeping your crypto assets safe? And of course, people are always curious about the potential for community building and how new projects can foster engagement. So if you'd like, we can dive into any of those topics and really give some insights that resonate with the audience.
Let's go through these topics one by one, and then we'll ask a few more questions and close on out.
That sounds like a plan. Let's start with the first one, best strategies for beginners in crypto trading. We can explore some foundational tips and key principles that can help newcomers navigate the space safely and effectively. Then we'll move on to the other topics one by one.
Okay, so I have, like I said, I'm working on a trading methodology that I'll likely teach in my next set of interviews with you. So I'll kind of table that side of it. What I will say is do your own research. Be very aware of how volatile the market is. Know how long coins last if you're going to get into something that's a meme coin. And always, you know what I'm saying, invest small. Start off small, understand the game, understand the metas that's going on, understand what's going on in the space and what the potential is. And as you get more confidence and you find those conviction plays, take those risks, learn the lessons, and grow from there.
Absolutely, that's such solid advice. Starting small and doing thorough research is key to navigating the crypto world safely. It's great to hear that you're bringing that methodology to your future interviews and really empowering others along the way. Once we wrap up these topics, I'm sure our audience will gain a lot of valuable insights, and I'm looking forward to diving deeper into each of these areas with you.
All right, and question number two, I think you had four questions.
Yes, absolutely. The second question we touched on was about evaluating the potential of a new cryptocurrency or token. This is definitely an important topic, especially with so many new projects popping up. We can explore some of the key factors to consider, like the project's team, technology, community support, use case, and overall market sentiment. That way we can help give a clearer picture of how to approach new tokens with confidence. Once we dive into that, we can cover the next questions and wrap everything up on a strong note.
Okay, so for me, my business partner probably won't agree, but I argue that community, volume, and actual utility tell you a lot about the potential future of a coin. If the utility doesn't already exist and the community doesn't seem like it has the ability or the stability to make that utility get there, there's an opportunity that the coin that you're playing with is all gas and no actual foundation. So I always suggest, like I said, just doing your own research, seeing if you believe in this team's ability to produce what they say they're producing, or if you just like the meme and you think the community is cool and you want to ride that wave. It's a lot of different ways to play the game. Um, I always tell people don't really trust what you see, trust what they do. If you see a company that you like and they give you a time frame, see if they stick up to it. If you're willing to wait around and see, um, you may be surprised. Some of these companies are growing amazing things, and some of these companies are just taking other people's ideas and making the white paper for it and hoping people invest.
Absolutely, that's such a great perspective. A community and utility are definitely crucial indicators of a project's long-term potential. It's all about looking beyond just the hype and focusing on real substance. Your approach of encouraging people to do their own due diligence and pay attention to what teams actually deliver is really valuable. And I think that's a perfect note to end on for today's conversation. It's been fantastic diving into all these topics with you. and I'm looking forward to our next deep dive.
Definitely. So next time we link up, you don't know this yet, but I've already kind of got a plan to go through the shark wave methodology, which is the trading methodology I was talking about. That'll be our next couple set of interviews outside of this series that we're doing here. But for now, give me a random question to close out with outside with based on everything that you told me, anything that you think somebody will want to know, or anything that we may have missed, and then we'll close things out from there.
That sounds awesome, and I'm really looking forward to diving into the Sharkwave methodology next time. All right, to wrap things up, here's a fun question. If you could give one piece of advice to your past self when you first started out in the creative and tech world, what would it be? That can be a great note to close on and offer some wisdom to others who are on a similar path.
Uh, really take time to figure out which direction you want to go. There are so many lanes to go in tech, and it took me an extremely long time to figure out which direction I was going. I started off just wanting to kind of make video games and still be on a computer, and I went from there to where I am now. And it took me a long time to get here because I didn't want to think about or limit where I could go with the information and knowledge I had. Software engineering is a very broad degree, and so it was very hard for me to niche down and decide who I wanted to help, why I wanted to help them, and become passionate about it. So take time to study yourself early, get to know who you are, what you stand for, and live your life standing on that for as long as possible. That'd be my advice.
That's such heartfelt and valuable advice, and it really highlights the importance of self-discovery and patience in the journey, especially in such a broad and dynamic field. I think that kind of wisdom will definitely resonate with a lot of people and inspire them to keep pushing forward.
All right,
This has
well,
been
go ahead.
no worries at all. I'm glad we got to share all these insights, and I'm really looking forward to our next chat and diving deeper into everything you got planned there. Thanks so much for sharing today, and we'll definitely keep the momentum going next time.
All right, go ahead and close this on out. Come up with a dope, unique exit out for the video. Tell everybody who you were, who I was, and what show we're on, and let's go ahead home.
Absolutely. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode. I'm your host, and we've been joined by the incredible Demonte Bowie, also known as Dinero, the visionary behind the Players Collective. We've explored everything from creative passion to the exciting world of crypto and beyond. This is just the beginning, and we'll be back with more in-depth insights and the Sharkwave methodology next time. Thanks so much for tuning in, and until then, keep that creativity flowing and stay inspired.
Peace.